I will show you the power of a Belmont!
What's up, gamers? It's Old School Fool here, and today we're going to do a little review of Konami's recent attempt at a fighter, Castlevania Judgement, and have at you, and here it comes. Now, let's just start off by saying that before we even go into the review, I'm going to let you guys know if you're thinking about playing this game or buying this game or giving this game a shot, do not even try playing this game with anything outside of a GameCube gamepad, classic controller, or arcade stick. It does support GameCube gamepads and classic controllers. You're definitely going to want to pick one of those up, just because this is not an action-adventure game where swinging your arms violently is going to get you anywhere. So you definitely want to look into getting yourself a quality GameCube pad or something. Now, at first glance, I have a bit of excitement for this game. It's really the first game to have pretty much all of Castlevania's characters right from the first two original games, from the original Nintendo days, right through to Genesis, and even PlayStation 1. I mean, everybody is here. It's just a slew of Castlevania characters. Although Richter Belmont from Castlevania X is missing, but to be honest with you guys, there's really more than enough Belmonts to go around, so 2 Belmonts are enough for this game. But enough of that. The cast is quite large with 14 playable characters to choose from in the roster, and that's not even including secret unlockable and modify your own characters mode, which is really kind of like a character creation, but it doesn't really do justice because it's more of like a character modification mode. You can like change the look of the characters. I mean, it's kind of goofy. I'm not really buying into the whole create character mode. Now, just to name a few, obviously, as I told you before, it's got a slew of characters: Alucard, Simon Trevor Belmont, Grant, the guy who was from Castlevania 3, who's like a thief. He kind of looks like a Valdo wannabe from Soul Calibur that talks sarcastically, but it's interesting to see him. Sympha, Eric, and more. The modes are fairly simple. It's a story mode where you start as either Belmont, Simon Belmont, or Alucard. Things unfold. I'm not going to give away any spoilers here, but the story mode is actually somewhat intriguing to me. I found that the game's actually got somewhat of an in-depth story for each character. We're moving on to arcade mode, just like it sounds, but you have to beat story mode to enable to unlock all the other characters to play it. So story mode's your best to start out on. Castle mode, it's like a challenge mode where you go up the castle. It kind of throws like multiple characters at you, boss guys, mini bosses. Regular versus, once again, story mode, unlocking, survival, and of course it has even got the DS mode where it works with the new DS Castlevania game, Order of Ecclesia, and has bonus options for online mode, of course. So like I said, there's a lot of modes here, definitely a lot of options for Castlevania fans. Now, like I said, at first glance, I'm hyped, and then suddenly I realized that this isn't really a deep fighting title, but a fighting title nonetheless. Now, the fighting is a full run-around anywhere environment with interactive backgrounds that can actually cause your demise, like anything else. I mean, there's ring-outs, there's things that push you, the ring-outs, things that fall on top of you, things that block your way from attacking your opponent. So the style is less intuitive than most fighting games, as it only has one real attack button, a standing block / reversal move, and a special hearts move, which is the holy water or the cross, which is almost useless and ineffective most of the time because it's never targeted and usually just passes as easily blocked by your opponent. Now, let's not forget the visually superior somatic stunning power finishers. The power finisher moves are ridiculous. I mean, they do way too much damage. In fact, some characters in these super special finishers, or just super specials if you don't finish them, take out more than half your entire bar just by connecting. And it's just really weird. I mean, a character could do 99 hits of damage and take out almost 2/3 your life bar. You could do 5 hits of damage and still take out 2/3 your life bar. So that move, as though it, superior looking to lots of specials and other fighting games, it's just way out of alignment in regards to balancing. Despite the lack of moves and technique, the gameplay is actually somewhat unique and fun. And just for a little flashback, I don't know if you guys remember, I'll throw this in there for you guys real quick. It actually reminds me strongly of an under-acclaimed game called Evil Zone for the original PlayStation 1. It played just like this. Evil Zone was a really cool game where you actually had the same amount of attack buttons, the block buttons, the special buttons, a full 3D, walk-around environment. Not as detailed, but I actually appreciate it for what it was. Evil Zone was definitely like an underrated title by most. The game really becomes a faked out type of scenario where it's like there's no real technique. It's just nothing. I mean, who hits who first, that's who wins the combo. I mean, 4 or 5 hits, a special, sometimes you can take supers, there's no chains, there's no real put together combos. So the depth in this game just is not there. Though it does play fast. The music, the arranged music, is from famed Castlevania games, and which totally rocks. And honestly, I found myself cranking up the volume just to listen to this game. I mean, the game's, obviously doesn't play really well, but the soundtrack alone is just, I'm in love with Castlevania. I've bought all the soundtracks, and I really was happy with the remix soundtrack for this fighting title, so that's definitely a plus there.
Hey! Are you a vampire hunter?
I am. If you're here, you must be one as well.
Uh-huh. They're huge.
Will you stop? These things only get in the way.
How can you say that? Those are a sacred gift!
Just to name a few other things with it, I found myself somehow addicted to the well-placed storyline. But everything is slightly overemphasized, as you would expect. As in, don't expect any real acting in this dark world of evil things. And have at you, man and beast. And of course, lots of other catchphrases that most Castlevania games are known for. So you're definitely gonna, if you're a fan of that really C- acting, with combined with some horrible voiceovers, you'll definitely be happy about that if you're a fan of that. I mean, it's definitely novelty and fun. I'd love to hear it, but it is extremely cheesy and laughable at times. The graphics are also on the bit of the blurry side. I mean, this game's graphics just don't hold the candle to current next-gen fighters. It just doesn't. Especially during the super finishers. I mean, they're somewhat impressive to watch, but it's just lots of happy colors flying around the screen. I mean, it's literally, they're opening up rainbow portals every single time they do a super special, which looks nice, but doesn't do the job. Overall, as I played this game, I was telling myself, great try, guys. This could have been really good, but comes across as more as I'm a kind of a major Castlevania fan, and I need to own this type of game. I mean, it's just a collector's item at this point. It's not an in-depth fighter. It's fun, somewhat interesting to play, but hardcore detail-oriented fighting gurus may laugh in the face of this potential fighter. If you're any type of Castlevania fan, then it's a must-play title, and of course you have to totally give it a try. Borrow somebody else's, pick up one when the price drops. Definitely take a look at this title. If you're a Castlevania fan, like I said, you definitely want to give it a shot. I was fairly amused at it. I'm going to give this a 65% and a 3 Lonnie face, and hopefully wait for the next resurrection of Dracula. Maybe they'll finally tune him up or something, because he's definitely overpowered in this one. So once again, guys, 65%, 3 Lonnie face. If you guys are interested in more games just like this, turn to the right in the video description, where you can visit a link to VideoGameCentral.com and check out the latest and greatest in not only fighting games, but anything that's in the gaming realm. Alright, I'm Old School Fool. Thanks for watching my review of Castlevania Judgment.
I will give you the greatest of pleasures. Ah, so satisfying. And now, you die! I love playing with my food before dinner.